everyone, it's Aria. I hope you're all having a good day. So welcome to today's speed build. I'm building an off-the-grid fishing cabin today in the world of Windenburg. It's on a 20 by 20 lot and costs 42,730 simoleons once I'm finished. So I chose this location because it's very secluded, it's got its own private driveway and it's surrounded by water, so I thought it would be perfect for a fishing sim. I did consider Brindleton Bay for this build, but the landscaping seemed too coastal for what I had in mind. I wanted it to be more foresty, more woody. I also wanted it to be quite small because it's only meant to be for one sim. And I do focus quite heavily on landscaping in the end, so there wasn't really much room for the build itself. So I've not actually built an off-the-grid house before. This was my first time even going through the catalogue, so I didn't really know what was in there. And when I was going through the light section, as you'll see now, this hanging candle is way too big, so I go for outdoor lanterns on sticks, these ones, and just raise them up and clip them into the wall to look like wall lights, and I thought that looked really good. It gave it more of a homey lived-in feel than just having lanterns lying around on tables. So the sim I had in mind for this build is a bit of a loner sim. He's not too fussed on other people, on socially interacting with other people, so I do give him space for a cat. I actually give him a raccoon. So I was thinking the story could be that he took in this stray wild raccoon. I thought the relationship worked out really well because in the day the sim can fish and the raccoon can keep to himself, and then in the evening they can sit and enjoy the fish that he's caught and just relax and enjoy each other's company. So I got inspiration for this build from a picture I found on Pinterest. I'm sure hundreds and hundreds of people say that, but I really enjoyed the image of this house. I'm not sure what the rest of the build looked like. It was just like a painting of the front. But I really enjoy craftsman style houses. I think they look really unique and I guess natural. So I tried to include the same flooring and wall paint throughout, because I thought if it is, as close to a real cabin as I can get, then most of them are just made of wood, so they wouldn't have any different wall paint on the inside. I do end up changing those kitchen cabinets to the industrial ones we got with base game. I think they look a little bit more I don't know, I guess they fit this build a bit more in my opinion, and I've not really used them much in the past, so I thought I'd make the most of the opportunity and use them. I think they look really good, like the natural wood on the top, and just the whole feel of them. I think they fit the rest of the furnishings really well. So as I go through cluttering up the kitchen, I do pull out some of those hanging fish. I think I probably used maybe too many of them, but I felt like they gave it more of a lived-in feel, like he'd been here a really long time, and that he liked to display his what do you call them? The things that he's caught quite proudly. And I liked using this kettle. When I can find it. Yeah, I put a kettle on top of the stove, and I thought that was quite nice. So those things do work off the grid. I did check those; they are in the category. So I'm just adding a couple more decorations before I go on to the curtains. So these actually took me a really long time to get right. I tried to get them as close to the wall as possible, so I had to keep deleting the wall and then moving them into the wall so that they were close to the wall. as you can see here, I used the cabinet to line them up. It felt a bit weird that they were so far away from the wall. So, you know, this is the bedroom that I'm currently doing at the moment, and you know, when the sun comes in the morning, it's really bright, and normal curtains hang quite close to the wall, to the window. So I tried to make it look a little bit more natural. Here I add a bin and feeding area. I'm not really sure what raccoons are actually like in the wild, but I tried to make the area look like maybe he'd been digging through the trash a little bit. There's paper all over the floor, and I put some of the I think it's a rug from City Living. It's of like splattered food on the floor, and I thought that looked pretty cool. So now we're moving on to furnishing the lounge area. I did cut out a little bit here because I literally spent an hour trying to figure out what sofa worked best before I go with these ones from Cats and Dogs. The same with this fireplace. I couldn't decide what swatch I liked, but we eventually go with this one. And then I add a mirror to the front of it. I usually add a TV, but since it's off the grid, I thought I'd use a mirror instead. And then I moved this fish to the top of the door there, and add a chimney in here. So I again spent way too long trying to find a nice wall paint that matched the rest of the build before I actually realized that there was a matching wall paint to the columns that I'd used. I felt really stupid because I've used them several times before. I've used the wall paint several times before, so I felt a bit silly that I'd completely forgotten about it. But yeah, once I've done that, I do change the actual chimney piece to match in the end. And yeah, I think that looked pretty cool. So now we're just going back in to add the raccoon area. So I do give them a little is this classed as a cat tree? I'm not sure, I've never had a cat, I've only ever had dogs. So I add some scratches to the wall, and then I do add these little muddy feet prints, which I thought added a nice kind of more natural touch to it. And I really like adding these chairs under the sofas to make them look like cushions. Even though this one already has cushions, I think it gives it more of a, I don't know, like a natural kind of look. People have more than just 2 cushions on their sofas, I think. Well, I definitely do. So yeah, I use this stool as a little like table for the what do you call them, blankets, which I think looks nice. I couldn't figure out what would go well on the walls without using more fish. There isn't really any fish related like paintings or anything, but then I found this one from Dine Out and I thought that looked really good to go in the kitchen. And I think I add these they frying pans. I think I add them to every single one of my builds. I really enjoy those, I really like them. And we are just, I liked these. I don't know whether this is a wooden carving or a clay carving, but yeah, I really liked that. I add some more pieces to the other side, some pictures, and I think I add a little cat to the bottom eventually, once I've finished cluttering up this table. I tried not to add too much clutter, but I still wanted it to feel like it was lived in, like he'd been here for a while and that he'd, you know, made it actually look like home. So I changed this out to a little bunny, add a different cat sculpture to the bottom of the fireplace before moving on to the bedroom. So in here I really liked the bed that came with Outdoor Retreat, but the headboard and the base is just terrible. So I go through the debug menu for like 4 hours trying to find something to cover it up. I tried these columns, but they just weren't working. So I think I end up going with I think it's a divider that came with Cats and Dogs, and then I add I think it's a TV unit or a side table or something that came with Parenthood. Yeah, there's a divider. I do actually take those away, yep, the columns, because they just didn't look that great in the end. I used fencing, I used gate posts, I tried everything and just nothing was working. So yeah, now we're just adding some more clutter pieces to the bedroom. These lanterns, which I thought were really nice, and I pulled some fishing related books out of the debug menu, and I think there's only two. Yeah, I think there's two. I put one in the bedroom and I think there's one in the kitchen. So to this table I add, at the end, I add a couple of clutter items, and I go through the debug menu and I actually found a fishing rod, which I thought was really cool. I was a bit kind of, I don't know whether I was disappointed, maybe not disappointed, but it's just a bit of a shame that there's no fishing clutter items in the game at all, other than the actual fish themselves. So I don't really know that many people that fish professionally, but my dad and my brother-in-law do it as a hobby, and they have like anywhere between 2 and 5 fishing rods between them whenever they go anywhere. So I think as a professional angler, surely you would have, you know, a lot more. So I think it would be nice maybe to have a wall hanging clutter item like the gardening one that we have, just of some fishing rods or something, just for builds like this that are for particularly for fishing sims. I think that would be really nice. Now we are going on to furnish the back porch. I turned this into a little grilling area, so I thought it'd be nice after a hard day of fishing that he could come and grill his fish. I do end up adding a litter tray out here just because I forgot it, and there wasn't any room in the bathroom in the end. So here is the pond. I do cut out a lot of the landscaping. The pond itself took me like 100 years to do it. I was not happy with it, and I just kept changing it and changing it. And you know, if nobody has an hour to watch me fiddle around with the same plants over and over again, so yeah, unfortunately I do cut most of that out, but I hope that's okay. But yeah, 90% of it is debug. Otherwise, this would have been way too expensive. And I prefer the debug plants. I think they look more natural in the world themselves. And there's a lot more variety, a lot more different things to choose from. And I like the different things that we get, like the what do you call it? The dock, I think. Is it a dock? I don't know. And I really liked that boat too. I also add a fishing spawner in the back, so your Sims can fish at this pond if they choose to. So now we are just going on to the terrain painting. I've never actually used this one before, but I liked the way that you could just erase the different pieces and make it look like you've put the individual paving slabs down. I think that's really nice. So afterwards I go on to adding some dirt underneath the rest of the plants, and that's mostly it with the build. So I hope you have enjoyed. If you'd like to download this build, it is on the gallery under Aria-fae. Please place move objects on before placing this build, as I don't want anything to go missing on you. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed, and I will speak to you all next time. Bye!